Welcome to the second day of covering art fundamentals to prove my friend making YouTube videos is easy. Today we're practicing values. I'm first laying off the silhouette of the reference we're gonna work with. I'm filling it in. I'm just using the eyedropper to determine the colors I'm going to use. I'm just going straight in with the hard colors, like dark colors, because we do not really recommend to do it like that when you're not working with two values, but we're just experimenting where and what shape the values are supposed to be, so yeah, we're just gonna roll with it. I'm placing depending on the angles and shapes the shadows are in the reference. I just go around and liquefy our drawing to make it more proportionate because we didn't start off with a sketch. You generally start off with a well-planned sketch for a drawing like this, but we're just practicing the depth and dimension values give to our drawing, so yeah, we're just going to roll with that too. We're softening our shadows. I drop the color in the reference and lay out the shapes and where my shadows are supposed to be. I'm not really doing a complex, like well-planned sketch. Yeah, I'm just editing and editing it, correcting some proportional mistakes. Doing some quick liquefy, because again, we did not start off with a well-planned sketch, but we just improvised. We're separating the individual hair strands. I'm using the same colors I used in my drawing, again in other spots. Separating our hair strands into smaller hair strands. And yeah, we're just placing our values according to reference. We have like 4 values in that demo I'm doing right now, but original reference has like hundreds or thousands if not. But when you're practicing values like this, like 2 minimum and 4 max is enough for you in general. And why values are important is because it determines the edges and where light hits the curves of the 3D shape we're working with. So it makes the drawing more believable and existing in space, and not just a 2D thing drawn on a plane, and convincing us that it exists in its space. We laid out our colors and we're just softening them with a small airbrush. We got our hard edges but our soft edges too, because not every shape in our reference is hard edges, but there's smooth edges too, so we're smoothing them out. Doing little editings, laying out our light source. Defining the shadows and where shadow is lit according to the reference. when you work with a piece like this, like a statue, it's much better to see, like, in a plain white statue, you can see the ins and outs and shadows and lights a lot better for a real life human, where his skin is not perfect, hair is very little strands, and like humans are soft, so they do not cast that sharp of edges and shadows. So when you're practicing values for like metal objects or more sharp edges, practicing with statues is much easier. We're just laying out more and more colors, fixing our irresponsibilities of not using enough sketch. Blue ambient lights. Yeah, we're just experimenting, make it more believable and accurate to our reference. You can like squint your eyes to see the values better, because when you squint your eyes you can see where the darks and lights are better. And you can like decrease your range of values from like 100 to 3. You can see the grays, whites, and blacks. And yeah, it's not perfect, but that's how much I'll do for today's video. For a more likable piece and accurate to the reference, it's better to start off with a sketch. But that's the importance and how you practice values, so that's it. Goodbye.